Hello, Bevan. I know that you would like to start sharing some advice on YouTube, and so I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Carlton. Well, I'm a very happy person, even though I'm blind. Um, I played, I enjoy playing dominoes as a hobby, and the reason for that is because dominoes were invented by a blind Frenchman, and it's one of the methods that they used to count back in the day.
So, when you're playing dominoes, how do you know what's on your dominoes?
Oh, very interesting. The little dots on the dominoes, I use my fingers to feel them,
I see.
and and then that tells me what numbers and how to play them, etc.
And how do you know what's on the board?
Well, whoever I'm playing with, I have to borrow their sight, so I'll ask them what's there. Then I'll feel my dominoes and then tell them how to play it
Okay.
and what I want to do with it.
So, as everyone's playing, they have to say what they play, so that you know what's on the two ends by the time it gets to you.
Yes,
Are you any
yes.
good at dominoes?
Oh yeah, I played with some of the best sometimes. One of the fun thing about it, because I cannot see, they always think that they have me well beaten.
I'm smiling now because I know that in the 90s we played dominoes with my father-in-law, and he says, "Any old blind man beat me and give me six love, me stop play domino." And would you believe it? For a year, he didn't play dominoes. And when he came back to our house, he was so humble because Bevan gave him a lovely six love.
Oh yes,
Yes, you're very good at dominoes.
I get that challenge all the time.
And in fact, even this week, when me, you, and our other
My
brother
other
Ken were
brother.
playing,
Mhm.
my son Samuel was watching, and he says, it's amazing how Bevan can't see but knows exactly what's going on playing dominoes.
Mhm.
So yes, I know you're very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, um, do you believe in God?
Oh, most definitely. Anyone who does not believe in God, I think it's silly. Because the first thing you have to think of is how did you get on this planet? You know, you have to believe in God because He was the one who gave you life.
Yes. And I know that in the 90s you used to go to schools and colleges. Can you tell me how you used to inspire young people?
Oh, yeah. Because once you go in there, you have a disability, and they are very curious to know how you operate, how you function at home or on the streets or in the stores, wherever you go. They want to know how does a blind person function, tell colors, cook for themselves, and all those things. So I'm always willing to tell them what it is because I became blind at 12 years old. So I think I have the best of both worlds. So I know what it's like to see and then what it's like to be blind.
Okay. Is it true that you worked at a restaurant?
Yes, I do.
And
Uh, I did.
so what did you do at the restaurant?
Well, I worked as a utility person in the back room. I helped with the salad prep and operate the dishwashing machine. And I'll make sure that it's well kept because I was trained to do that. And for instance, if you're looking at a glass and it has a crack in it, you might you might not see the crack, but my finger touching it, I can tell there's a crack there.
Wow. And after working in a restaurant, you sewed clothes for the military.
Yes, I do. I operate a industrial sewing machine.
Amazing. So how do you sew when you can't see?
Well, then there, right then I sewed alongside people who are sighted, and we have little guides and the sewing machine that guides us along the way, and your sense of touch comes into play once again
Right.
because you have to touch the material and everything.
So they didn't sack you.
I know. Many of the sighted people get their hands caught
Wow.
many times, but if you're blind, one of the advantages you have to concentrate at all times.
Yes. Okay, and after you were at the military sewing, I understand you started doing something else independently.
Yes, after it had closed, I decided to take all of my little investments and then run my own little portfolio and help others, teach them how to do it because I enjoy doing that also. It's helping others, to me, especially people who are less fortunate. It's always, to me, a blessing. I love to help others.
So you're saying that you have an investment portfolio and you advise other people how to also start their own investments.
Oh, yes. I like to teach people how to do it by themselves, avoid all the fees and everything. So I'll show them the simple way to doing it. And, you know, I could recommend three books about investment and stuff. Three of the best books that I know of is Common Sense in Investment by John Bogle and The Plain Truth About Money by Rick Ellerman and The Manifesto, a children's book. It teaches parents how to guide their young ones about balancing a, a checkbook at home
Was
and
that
how
was
to
that the
give.
Scroll Manifesto?
Yes,
Yes.
and how to give, how to give, gifting, and all those good things because you have to teach them from their little.
Okay. So did you go to university to learn about investments?
No, I learned it uh, apart from the basic in schools about interest and those things. I learned it by working on every weekend. I listened to the radio, and what was going on, I could hear people calling up every week. There's a special program I listen to, and then they'll call up and say about housing and everything. The funny thing about that, one day at work, when I was working in the restaurant, I walk up to my supervisor and says, "Can I join the retirement plan?" He laughs. He says, "Bevan, only the manager and the assistant manager join the retirement plan." So I laughed. I said, "Thank you." So that weekend, coming home, I stopped at the bank and opened my own IRA account.
Wow.
And I have it until today. Every weekend I put $50 in, and that's how I do my own. So I figure if I can do it for myself and know how to do it, I'm gonna teach as much as teach it to others, especially those who are less fortunate.
Excellent. Good. So that's our first installment of the meeting Bevan Riley, and there will be other inputs on YouTube. So have a good evening wherever you are. Bye.